to what I'm hoping is going to be the first episode of my YouTube channel. Today, we're fishing out here just outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. We call it, me and my buddies down here call it ditch banging. We basically hit these little drainage ditches that flow parallel to the Rio Grande River down here. Not a big guy, but first fish of the day right there. Little Z-Man TRD tube. Alright guys, I turned the camera off because it started raining pretty good out here, and then started throwing around the little Livingston jerkbait. Caught one off camera here. He ate it perfect. Didn't swipe at it and got just the back treble hook, so I'm not getting a handful of trebles when I go to pull this bait out of him. So we're gonna move on up here in a bit and see if we can't find some more bass, maybe upstream. There's a spot I know of under some trees where they like to hide out. They should be getting into the pre-spawn mood, so hopefully if we're lucky we'll find some bigger ones. But for now, it's Dinkfest. Alright guys, it's a little bit of a tackle tip for you. If you use certain dyes or scents, like the really strong ones, like for instance, in my case, JJ's Magic, be careful what you use them on. I have noticed sometimes if you dip too much of the bait in there, it's actually deteriorated the bait, makes it just fall apart. In my case here, I didn't dip very much of the bait. I took my little Z-Man TRD tube here, dipped just the tentacles. And then as I was working the tube in the water here, I noticed the tentacles weren't spreading out. It just kind of looked like a little turd here. So I pulled it out and noticed all the little tentacles here melted together from me dipping it in JJ's Magic. Just a little tackle tip there for you guys. Be careful what you're dipping your soft plastics in. JJ's Magic is awesome, it's a great scent, but it can mess up your soft plastics. They're not thick enough. If you dip too much of them, keep them in there too long when you're dipping, just give it a quick dip, pull it out. I probably should have done the head of the tube instead. That's probably what I'll do on the next one, so just keep that in mind. Alright guys, been throwing around the jerkbait and the Z-Man tubes for a while now. Haven't had any more bites, so got a little confidence box, I guess you could say here. Got the idea from Andrew Flair, try to lighten my load because I carry a lot of tackle on me when I'm walking around here. I'm going to throw my confidence bait. This water's a little muddy from the rain that's been falling, so black and blue Strike King Banshee spinnerbait. I like these spinner baits because they have great colors. Painted blades, both Willow and Colorado. They come stock with a nice trailer hook. The color doesn't really match, but I just wanted some sort of good trailer on there, so I got me a little Kitech and bluegill flash. So I'm going to throw this on. Let's see if we can't find some of these bass in this muddy water. Look at that. He choked that thing. Didn't even get the trailer hook, got the main hook there. Another little guy, but like I said, the bass aren't always giants when you're fishing the ditches. Wow, this little guy's only got one eye. Look at that. And he choked that spinnerbait. Let's let this little guy go. Hey guys, so still out here fishing. Wanted to go over a little finesse technique that I'm trying out. It works really good in streams, creeks, ditches. It's good to get bites with when the bite's a little tough. If you're fishing for something like creek smallies, it's killer for that. So basically on my spinning rod here, I've got a little tiny beaver bait rigged up. This is a Yum woolly bug, pretty small beaver bait. I've got it rigged up on a 2-aught worm hook. I'd prefer a 1-aught, I just didn't have any on me. Now you can fish it weightless if you want. Weightless, I wasn't getting the rate of fall that I wanted, not the presentation I wanted. It was just kind of floating along, which can work, especially if you have a little bit of current, but even then, you might want at least a little bit of weight. And I wanted to still get bottom contact, but I wanted it to fall to the bottom kind of slow. Yeah, as you know, beaver baits don't have a lot of action, but I wanted it to fall slow enough that it gets those little pinchers kicking a bit, not too much. So what I did is here in the back, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but right up here, I just shoved in a 1/32 ounce nail weight to a Nico rig. Real small. These are what I got, nothing special. 1/32 ounce. Shoved it right up into right in the meat of that beaver bait. And now it's perfect. I mean, it falls at a nice, like, slow pace, but it's not drifting away with any of the current here. I mean, there's not a lot of current, but it's not drifting away, it's just floating down real nice. I hit the bottom, I can drag it, and then every so often get it a nice little pop and let it flutter back down. So, I'm going to throw it around a little bit here and see if we can find some more bass.